Hello everybody, I'm Sneaksy Gamer and welcome to the first episode of Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. I've been excited to check this one out, not gonna lie. Honestly, I did not know it was coming until they released the little teaser in Bayonetta 3. I don't really follow news stuff very much, and maybe that was all they hinted at for it. I don't know. Maybe they didn't say anything until then, but I'm excited to see what it's like. Because from what I played, it looked interesting.
Cereza and the Lost Demon.
Let's check out what we've got for options. Okay. I just like this style already.
Long ago, there existed two clans, the Lumen Sages of Light and the Umbra Witches of Darkness. Together they controlled a mysterious power. The clans put in place strict laws to ensure that strife would never consume them. But a pair of star-crossed lovers broke this rule, and a child was born, with the blood of both sage and witch. It was a beautiful baby girl. As punishment for their forbidden love, the pair were torn asunder. The girl's sage father was exiled to a far land, and her mother locked away in a solitary jail. The witch clan took in the young girl, but she grew up shunned as a pariah, cursed by the circumstance of her birth.
That's sad. It's not her fault.
Her one comfort was the night she snuck into the village jail to visit her mother's cell. Her mother passed each grueling day barely able to so much as move in her cold cell. But when her daughter came to visit, the witch always showed her a loving smile. But even this small happiness eventually came to an end. On the night of the girl's 10th birthday, her mother was to be moved to a deeper cell, where even the faintest memory of daylight could not reach her. In desperation, the girl tried a daring rescue, but with only a child's strength, the attempt was in vain. More alone than ever before, the young girl clung to all she had left, a stuffed cat named Cheshire, which her mother had made for her long ago. Many moons have since passed. Turning her back on the village, the girl was taken in by an exiled witch who lived on the outskirts of town. Under her strict guidance, the girl continued to train in the ways of the dark arts. She was determined to be a powerful witch and one day save her mother. Her name was Cereza.
I've got to hurry.
So is this like the actual canonical backstory Like, I know there was the whole thing about the mom being locked away and everything, but did they just build on that or for this game, or is that the actual full story there?
Something's there.
Oh god, this reminds me so much of Okami. I just love this art style.
This place.
Like, this reminds me of when you go out into the lake to visit the... Fuck, what was it called? The place where Orochi was being kept. This reminds me so much of going out there with the pillars of the gates and shit in the water and stuff. It reminds me so much of it.
She can't be trusted.
Why would you say that?
You don't belong here. She'll bring misfortune on us all.
Leave me alone. Mommy. Hey! What do you think you're doing? Cereza, you're almost out of time. This is your last chance. If you don't hurry, you may never see your mother again. John, I can't.
Okay. This is actually clarifying some stuff I wasn't sure about from the story we got before. Like, I knew Jean and Cereza, or Jean and Bayonetta, they worked together, kind of. They were partners. They were sort of... I don't know how to explain it, really. They worked together. I knew they were, like, friends. They have been rivals and stuff, essentially, and I just wasn't sure, because I remember in the first one, when we're doing the thing where we're remembering back in time, the person in the jail cell who was supposed to be Bayonetta's mother was visited by Jean, was she not? And there was the part where all the angels were attacking and her and Jean fought together. So apparently Jean was actually a lot older than Bayonetta then. Or maybe not a lot older, because I think the witches lived like hundreds of years or something, because wasn't Bayonetta like 500 years old or some shit? But apparently Jean was at least one generation older than Bayonetta then. That makes a little more sense now with what we saw back then.
Ugh, you big baby.
Maybe. Because there she looks like she might be really young, but it's kind of hard to tell in this art style.
Come on, I'll lead the way. Cereza!
I don't know. It's hard to tell with this art style, but that does look somewhat like the hairstyle that we saw. No, because the hairstyle we saw in Jean in the first game in that memory was like the
They'll find us.
kind of braids around the back of the... kind of like curled around the back of the head or something, wasn't it? Something similar to that anyway. I don't know how to explain it, but it looked like braids that were like wound around, kind of.
Wow, Sean, you're amazing. Stop dallying.
So are we going to eventually get an ability to do something like that, I'm assuming?
Hurry up, Cereza, we don't have all night. John, wait! I can't run that fast!
Or was back then, was that when John had the two buttons on the sides, or was that the same hairstyle that I'm thinking of? I can't remember. Both of them have had different hairstyles through the games. But now that we know from Bayonetta 3 that they were different versions, that explains it.
Oh no, they're on to us. Leave the guards to me. You hurry on ahead. Wait! John! I can't do this alone!
So what if we go back this way? It's just blocked, okay. I am very interested to see where this goes. Because this is a very different turn from the way the Bayonetta games are. This is a very different turn. And I think I'm gonna like this. Wait, isn't this where we fight John in the first, this is the jail, but isn't this where we fight John in the first game, in that first, memory fight? Where we first learn about walking on the walls and shit.
Just a little longer. Hold on, Mummy.
It does look sort of like it. It's hard to tell in a different art style, but that did look, the structure and everything did look very similar. Oh, okay. No, its eyes are fucking huge.
Mummy?
This is such a weird art style for this, but I really like it. Oh, did I accidentally skip something? Ah. What are they trying to make the demons consumer? What the fuck?
What is this? Don't come any closer! Ah, no! Ah!
Wow. That's exactly what they did. They had the demons consumer. Oh. But she was saved.
Who are you?
Cereza, give you the power to save Mother.
Power?
Is that? It looks like it's a lumen sage, based on just the colors and everything. But
Out along the forest, the white wolf guide
who would that even
I'll go.
be?
I promise.
So what I'm curious to know is,
That dream again. But the ending...
It was a dream Cereza knew by heart. But this time, something had changed. Cereza decided to consult her friend Cheshire.
I like that the earrings are hanging from the
strange boy
glasses.
and told me something
Or from
incredible.
up by the
He
glasses.
said, if I went to Avalon Forest, he'd give me a fantastic power.
I don't know if they're actually on
If
the
we have
glasses,
that,
but they're hanging up by the
rescuing
front
Mummy
of the
would be a piece
glasses.
of cake. The Forbidden Forest.
So this
The
is the start
oft-repeated
of our
warning
adventure.
from Cereza's teacher rung in her ears. Avalon Forest is home to fairies, creatures who love to whisk away children. Stay away.
Now, are they referring to the fairies that we saw in Bayonetta 3? The ones like that Lucaun or whatever his name was, and what, well, Viola was part, or had that ability anyway. Now, are they actually referring to those same fairies, or are they talking about something different? Yeah, they are. They're hanging from up on the glasses, it looks like. And her ears are back there by her hair, so... I like that, though.
Cereza's
That's
teacher
interesting.
Morgana was standing by the door, her frown discernible
Morgana.
even from a distance.
Did they mention that name in the other games? It sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's just from other media that I've heard that name before. I want to say that name was mentioned in, at least in some of the descriptions of like the, maybe like weapons or demons or something. That name did come up, I think. I recognize it. I can't think of where I saw it, but I know in one of the other games, I know I've seen that name. Or I don't know, but I'm almost positive. Trial of the Full Moon. These heavy lamps are so hard to clean. Oh my, they've gotten dirty again. Interesting. Check lanterns along your journey using L to save your progress. The game will be saved automatically at different moments in the story. Watch for this icon in the bottom right of the screen. Choose a slot to save a record of your story. Autosave has its own slot, so you can keep some other saves if of your liking. Okay. Oh, I like that. That's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, such a lovely view. I could just stay here forever, but no time for that. I love this art style. I'm not gonna like the fixed camera angle like that, but I'd better go talk to Morgana. I'm already late. She's getting angrier by the second. This jug is positively ancient. A new, lighter one would be nice. This gate leads to town. Not that I particularly want to go there, or want to go.
Chores neglected, and I find my apprentice enjoying her beauty sleep.
I just closed my eyes for a second. I was...
Cereza began making an excuse, but Morgana's scowl stopped her in her tracks.
So who is this narrator? Because it sounds like the same person that you hear in the other games when you get a game over. It sounds like the same voice.
Yes, ma'am. I'll get to them right away.
But despite her best intentions, Cereza's gaze
Or not a game
drifted
over,
back
but when you get
towards
killed.
Avalon Forest. This did not go unnoticed by Morgana.
Oh. If I've told you once, Cereza, you must never enter that forest. With your current abilities, you would soon become a snack for one of the fairies who live there.
Yes, Morgana. I know.
Well then, stop your dreaming and finish those chores before moonrise, young lady.
All right. Water from the well. Coming right up.
A simple yes will suffice, Cereza. Off you go.
Despite her strict exterior, Cereza had grown attached to her teacher.
Oh yeah, if she doesn't have a mother, that's gonna be a mother figure for her.
Morgana had also been cast out of the village. She understood Cereza's pain, and her stern treatment came from a place of love.
Draw water at the eastern well. Okay.
Cereza often reminded herself that these chores were all part of her training. Eager to please her master, she hurried off towards the well.
This rock looks just like a fang. Or if there was a giant monster just underneath the ground here. I need to focus on my chores or Morgana will have a thundering fit again. I wish we could sprint. I'm not finding a way to do that just yet. Oh well.
What's this?
I wonder if Morgana chose these lamps. Funny, I think we may have similar taste. What is down here? What's my textbook doing here? I'd better put it away later. How do you not know? I wonder if these are those plants that you use in the crafting, what were they, mandragora root or something like that. I wonder if that's what those plants are. Might just be something for food too, but that was my first thought when I saw that. Because those were apparently a important thing for the witches. So, oh, what a cute little fishy. I hope you grow up big and strong. What? Can we see a fish in there, or is there... No, I'm not seeing anything. Cereza can check out a variety of things with L. Try L with anything that catches your eye.
fetching a pail of water. It may seem like a simple chore, but it requires a fine sense of control, making it perfect for Umbran training.
Oh god, are we gonna trip and spill it all over the place? Nope. Okay.
After laying eyes on the full bucket, Morgana gave a small nod of approval.
I'm pretty sure I saw some splash out when we
Good.
picked it up.
Now collect the herbs from the garden.
Oh.
At the thought of herbs, Cereza could not help but make a face.
Oh, come on. Sorry about that.
This is one job she wished could be forever stricken from her regimen.
Do we have a problem?
No, ma'am.
Trying not to think about the task awaiting her, Cereza headed towards the herb garden.
Why?
The herbs in Morgana's garden were not your common basil or thyme. She grew infernal plants with an absolutely foul stench.
Okay.
They typically burrowed to avoid sunlight, but a little bit of magic made them pop right up.
Interesting. Oops. I need to pay a little more attention to where I'm going. Which pulse is a fundamental Umbran art that utilizes dance to imbue its target with magical energy. Oh boy. Cereza can use her witch pulse to grow infernal plants. Hold ZL and tilt L in the right direction with the correct timing.
Dinner time! One helping of magic coming right up. Hurry on out! Good!
If you find Witch Pulse to be a bit too difficult, you can change your settings so that Cereza will perform it on her own. Which would you prefer? I'll do it manually. If you change your mind, these settings can be changed anytime from the options menu.
Just a bit more. There we go!
Uh-oh. Thornbind. Hold ZL to summon infernal thorns that can bind enemies. Doing so will cost one spell cooldown gauge.
No one told me they could do this! I've got to catch it quick! Yes! Yes! I did it!
Cereza was pleasantly surprised. She usually managed to make a mess with even this rudimentary magic.
I can't wait to see the look on Morgana's face.
Cereza hummed a happy tune while picking the herbs. As she bent down, she noticed a pretty flower growing amongst the weeds.
Oh, those flowers would really bring out the colour in Morgana's eyes.
Uh-oh. I'll go this way because I don't think it's a good idea to jump from that other part.
I wouldn't mind if it weren't for the smell.
I have a feeling jumping from that other part is not a good idea when we were just told about the control and the not spilling the water part. Something tells me hopping down that wouldn't be a good choice. I have a bad feeling about those flowers, though.
Cereza proudly gave the basket to Morgana. It was full to bursting.
How about that, Morgana? Quite a harvest, wouldn't you say? I also picked these violets. They're for you. I thought you might like them.
Atop the herbs lay a small wreath. Morgana glanced down at it. Her expression unchanged, she spoke to Cereza in her usual tone.
Do not expect praise for this sort of perfunctory performance. Oh, and Cereza, your hair today seems to have lost its sheen. Do not tell me that in addition to your outdoor tasks, you're also neglecting your hair.
Oh, jeez.
No, ma'am. It's next on my list.
Remember, Cereza. Hair is the most versatile tool of an Umbra Witch. It can be shaped into our armor, weapons, and even used as a medium for summoning infernal demons. As blood flows through veins, magic flows through a witch's hair. Care for it as you would your most precious tool, and defend it as you would your very heart.
Understood. I'll make sure to finish up before training starts tonight.
Good. Now get back to your chores. The shadows grew long. The moon will soon rise.
With this, Morgana turned and walked back towards the house.
Yes, ma'am.
At times, Morgana's cold treatment got Cereza down. But she knew that Morgana cared for her and only wanted what was best for her.
I knew she was going to be wearing the wreath in some way.
Making a quick recovery, Cereza resolved to finish her remaining chores in record time.
That night. I knew she would have it she would wear it some way.
I'd better hurry, or I'm in for another lecture.
That looks like the start of that little demo we got.
Phew.
Forgot to clean this, but Morgana shouldn't notice when it's this dark. It's so dark I'll be in trouble if I stumble. I better stay away from the pond. I could watch the flames of these flicker at night forever. I'm just curious to see if there's anything else that I can interact with. Because that's what It seems like that's what this type of game, what this kind of game is meant to be. It's too dark to read now. So you're just gonna leave it there, not take care of it, okay?
Phew.
No more mandragora, right? Got to keep an eye out. They grow back so quickly. So it was the mandragora. Awesome. I was right. I'm literally playing this the day it came out, so I was definitely excited about this one. Morgana's house seems scarier at night. Yeah, a little bit. Is that where I was
With
supposed
the
to go?
household chores complete, it was time for Cereza's daily training in the dark arts. Today, she was finally going to get a chance to attempt a spell she had been practicing for weeks, summoning an infernal demon.
For today's training, I will give you a little help.
Before even learning what it did, Cereza was captivated by the intricate brace.
And there she's wearing the wreath.
This is a tool for those who have yet to master the flow of magic. Furthermore, we train under the full moon of the bisextile night, when the dark energy we Umbra harness is at its zenith. Are you listening, young lady?
Just a second. By the way, what the hell is
You
the
seem
bisextile
determined today.
night?
Perhaps I should let you nap more often.
Yes, ma'am.
Or moon, or
Cereza's
whatever
spirits
she
were
said.
high. She was determined to succeed.
Bataiva Tozu!
Step by step, Cereza flawlessly performed the summoning dance. Until
Uh-oh.
this looked like trouble. Unless bound by hair, there would be no way to control the demon. The demon turned to ash mere inches from Cereza. Without a proper medium, demons will soon die in our world.
Okay, I thought maybe Morgana killed it before it got her.
We are
No, she was
finished for the day.
completely prepared to let it just kill her. Okay.
Let me try again. Please.
Morgana turned and walked away, ignoring her pupil's desperate plea.
What kind
Jesus.
of witch fears her own summoned familiar? I was foolish to think you were ready for this training.
Morgana told Cereza to put away the magic brace before heading back to the house. Long after Morgana was gone, Cereza sat moping in the garden. Out of habit, she shared her troubles with Cheshire.
Forget returning to the village and saving Mummy. At this rate, I'll never even become a witch.
All of a sudden, the words from the boy in her dream echoed in her ears.
Cereza, give you the power to save Mother.
I'm thinking he's not a lumen sage. He might be a fairy.
Avalon Forest wolf guide you.
Avalon Forest.
Cereza's eyes wandered back to the forest. Morgana's repeated warnings left little room for ambiguity. And yet...
Morgana is always dangerous this and stay away that. How could a dank old forest be that scary a place anyway?
Adults do often exaggerate to keep kids in their place. This thought got Cereza's blood boiling. Grievances started bubbling up.
Uh-oh.
Nothing I do is ever good enough for her. Did you see those herbs? Flawless!
As she blew off steam to Cheshire, she noticed Morgana's brace shining in the moonlight.
What are you saying, Cheshire? Take the brace and sneak into the forest? Morgana would give us a right smack on the bottom.
Although, with the moon shining brightly, it was the ideal chance for a little surreptitious forest excursion.
I mean, if I just had another chance to get the hang of it, I could have gotten that demon totally under wraps.
With a demon by her side, eviscerating a fairy or two would be child's play.
That's it!
I don't know
I'm
about
going
that.
to that forest. And when I come back with that fantastic power, Morgana will take back everything she said about me not being ready. Let's go, Cheshire. Next stop, Avalon.
Not a good idea, but... Yep, this is the start of the demo. Maybe I could say a little wish to this candle. Please, may Avalon make my dreams come true.
That's it.
I'd better be sure to refill the lamp oil once I'm back from the forest.
Phew.
I won't be able to enjoy this view anymore, but I've got to be strong for Mummy. I filled it up when Morgana wasn't looking. She surely won't run out now. I'm not going to town. I'm going to Avalon Forest. Okay.
I've got to be careful.
I'll be back soon, I promise. Do you think the fish sleep at this hour?
Huh?
Oh, there are so many bugs. Just stay away from me. It's kind of funny considering that she ends up basically contracting a bug. I can become a powerful witch if I go to the forest. I won't need to study anymore. I hope Morgana will take good care of the violets I gave her. Those really do look like teeth.
Cereza shivered at the thought of what lay ahead. But curiosity got the better of her.
Let's go, Cheshire.
And so Cereza threw caution and her teacher's warnings to the wind and set out towards Avalon Forest. Little did she know that what lay waiting in those dark woods would change her fate forever.
Into the unknown. 1 second. Interesting.
Massive trees blocked almost all light from the moon. An eerie silence enveloped Cereza. She cautiously ventured onwards.
I don't remember it being real dark like this in that demo, though. I think it was lighter in that demo.
Don't surprise me like that!
That voice crack. Onyx roses. The petal from a black rose that blooms in Inferno. Faint magical energy it possesses makes it a favored garden choice of fairies as well. I don't know why, that was just funny the way the voice cracked when she said that.
Huh?
This is so high up, just imagine if I fell. Oh. Yeah, not something you should be thinking
Don't
about.
look down. Come on, Cereza. 1 foot in front of the other.
Ooh, there's those owls up there. Okay, we're fine.
A plant from Inferno. I wonder how it will respond to my magic.
More on Witch Pulse. These infernal plants are bigger than Morgana's herbs. They will require more magic from Witch Pulse to reach their full size. Keep holding ZL until Witch Pulse has succeeded multiple times. Be sure not to let go midway.
Magic feels more powerful than before. Could it be the brace?
Probably. Avalon drops. Magical energy crystallized by Avalon. One bite sends a rush of rich sweetness from head to toe, instantly enrapturing anyone. I don't like that noise I'm hearing over there. Okay. Uh-oh. That rabbit's not gonna survive. Yeah, I didn't think so. That poor rabbit is just gone. The petals in the bottom left of the screen are Cereza's vitality. They will decrease when Cereza is attacked by the enemy. If Cereza's vitality runs out, her story will come to an end. Keep a close eye on her remaining vitality at all times. Ow. Interesting.
Looking into the dark underbrush, Cereza could not shake the feeling that someone was looking back. As the wind rustled the leaves, it sounded just like a rasping voice whispered in her ear.
I can't turn back now. I'm going to become a witch and save Mummy.
That's not good. Because now she's actually lost out here.
have been a rabbit or something. Right, Cheshire?
Or something. Let's go with that. Yeah, there's definitely something following us.
Is someone out there?
Cereza could not shake the feeling she was being watched.
Is someone there? Show yourself!
And then, as if to answer her call,
Uh-oh. Wait. That looks like Cheshire. Oh, no it doesn't. Denizen of the wood.
these were fairies, nefarious creatures who ensnare the souls of humans who venture into the woods to feed on their vitality. This time there was nowhere to run. Cereza was backed into a corner.
Please, please work this time.
Fingers crossed, Cereza prepared to use the summoning spell she learnt from Morgana.
Batai Vatorzu!
No moonlight getting to her.
Even after the summoning circle had faded away, no one had answered her call.
Is that what it is? Is the moonlight can't reach her here?
Why? I did everything right.
The fairies resumed their sinister mission. All at once, they jumped at Cereza, weapons poised to strike. She shut her eyes tight and prepared for the worst. A moment passed, and then another. But she felt not so much as a pinprick.
What? Who are you?
That is Cheshire. He fucking yells chomp.
That beast, as dark as a moonless night, had it all been a dream?
You don't think... Could that have been...
But before Cereza could finish her question,
Yep. Awesome. Okay.
Cheshire? Cheshire?
From its gaping maw, extending ear to ear, fell a drop of thick slobber.
Wait, did I manage to summon a demon that has now possessed Cheshire?
As if in reply, the beast growled and bared its blood-red fangs. Just as Cereza feared, a demon had indeed possessed her beloved stuffed cat. The creature had desperately sought a medium in order to survive in our world. In lieu of hair, it settled for one made of felt.
Okay.
Looking around, the demon's eyes found Cereza. It let out a low growl. After her initial terror, Cereza realized that she was able to understand what the demon was saying.
You want me to return you to Inferno? Now, how would one go about doing that?
Cereza had her hands full calling a demon to this world. She hadn't even begun to study the spell to send them back. Cereza once again heard the demon's words, this time even more clearly. Send me back! Send me back! The demon's rage increased by the second, but there was nothing Cereza could do. Out of patience, he pounced. Claws like daggers descended on Cereza. But what if we hear? The demon had stopped cold. As if bound by an invisible force, no matter how he struggled, he was unable to touch Cereza.
Is it because she
Calm
summoned him?
down. You're going to burst the seam.
No, because that other one was
Don't
attacking
worry,
her.
I'll send you home. Once I figure out how. I'm on my way to get a fantastic power. With that, sending you back should be a piece of cake.
Giving up his attack, the demon turned his attention elsewhere. Intrigued, but a little scared, Cereza decided to follow a bit behind.
Oh, wow.
The demon ran through the forest, searching for a way home.
demon's sharp claws and fangs make short work of fairies. Scratch with ZR and show your infernal might.
I'm in no mood for pests. Get ready for a fistful of claw.
The demon leapt towards the fairies.
Damn. Let me
The
guess, he can
demon
need to rest
slashed
now.
with his razor-sharp claws. But something felt off. His power seemed to escape him. Slowly, but surely.
What's wrong?
The demon bared his fangs. He was clearly suffering.
Are you sick? Or hungry, perhaps?
As Cereza approached, the demon felt the strength return to his body. In an instant, he felt right as rain.
So he needs to stay close to her then.
His body
Okay.
was linked to Cereza by powerful magic. Moving away from her robbed it of its energy.
What's that? I need to stay close to you? I've never heard of a spell like this before.
It's probably something to do with the doll that her mom made for her.
How do you plan on getting me back to Inferno?
The demon demanded.
We first need to find a white wolf. He'll show us the way.
Leave it to me. I'll find him.
Said the demon as he clambered to his feet.
I'm Cereza. What's your name?
I have no name, replied the demon curtly.
You don't have a name? That must be terribly inconvenient. Though I must admit, I haven't the faintest idea about demonic manners. May I call you Cheshire? That's the name of the stuffed cat you decided to borrow after all. Well, I need to call you something. If you're going to make a fuss about it, why don't you just find a new body? Fine. I'll just call you whatever I please.
And so these strange companions set off in search of the White Wolf. What mysteries await in Avalon Forest?
Cereza and Cheshire can move about separately. Move Cereza with L and move Cheshire with R. Okay. They cannot be far apart for an extended period of time. Watch the distance between them. Oh boy. A flower yet to bloom. Cereza, a beautiful young girl born from a bond between the Lumen Sages of Light and the Umbra Witches of Darkness. As relations between these two clans are strictly forbidden, Cereza's birth resulted in her being labeled an outcast, scorned and mocked by the other Umbra. Again, that's fucked up. It's not her fault. In time, Cereza began to be tortured by nightmares of how powerless she was to help her mother, who had cared so deeply for Cereza. Becoming strong enough to one day help her became Cereza's one motivation for getting through each day. She cherishes the stuffed cat toy her mother gave her, which she named Cheshire. Never leaving her side, Cheshire often listens to the stories of the lonely girl. A demon trusting only power. Cheshire. A demon summoned by Cereza on the night of the full moon. Traditionally, Umbra witches use their hair as a medium to control their demons. But the ritual proved too difficult for Cereza, and the demon somehow found himself in Cereza's stuffed toy. The demon, humiliated by such a vessel, demanded to be returned to Inferno immediately. But the inexperienced Cereza had no idea how to help, and being bound to the magical energy of whoever summoned him, he realized he was unable to separate himself from her. Reluctantly, he agrees to accompany her just until they find a way to send him home. Having been just newly born in Inferno when called, he had yet to be given a name. Cereza decides to simply call him Cheshire after the name of the stuffed toy he inhabits. I'm starting to wonder if this is the same Cheshire that we get that helps Viola by inhabiting the sword. Because its name is Cheshire. I don't know if that's the name she gave it or if that's the name it had. So I'm wondering if maybe it is the same one and it came back later on after it had matured some. Cereza's strict teacher, Morgana, a solitary Umbra witch living an unimposing life near the edge of Avalon Forest, displaced far from the rest of her clan. A master of the Umbran arts, her skills in magic greatly exceed those of other witches, but she cut ties with her clan and moved to her secluded home ages ago. Her reasons for doing so are an unspoken mystery. Though usually avoiding all contact with the outside world, she invited the practically orphaned Cereza to come live with her, and has since made Cereza her pupil, training her rigorously. Rosa. Cereza's loving mother, Rosa. An Umbra witch unparalleled in skill, thought to possibly be the strongest in the entire history of the clan, mother of Cereza. Falling in love with a lumen sage, she broke the sacred vows of the Umbra and bore a child with him, resulting in her eternal imprisonment. She has never revealed why she would go against Umbran teachings and have forbidden relations with a lumen, but she has accepted her isolation without the slightest resistance, despite all of the power she possesses. This has led many to think she understood and agreed to the consequences of her actions before even taking them. Some of the Umbra even sympathize with her plight, overlooking her daughter Cereza sneaking to her cell or even finding chances for the two to meet. Cereza's precious stuffed toy was made by Rosa from whatever she could gather before being moved to an even further prison. She would often sing lullabies as Cereza would rest against the steel bars of the cell, showing nothing but the deepest maternal love for her precious daughter. Cereza's best friend, Jean. A young witch undergoing formal training. Okay, so I was mistaken about her being a generation older, I think. Her skills already far surpass witches of her age, and she continues to master new arts at an astonishing pace. Some say her strict, serious demeanor makes her seem a bit cold, but she is extremely loyal and cares deeply for those she trusts. She feels competitive towards Cereza, but she also sees her as a good friend, whereas her peers may find Cereza's unorthodox training under a recluse witch to be unsightly. Jean recognizes Cereza's true power and heart and approaches her as an equal. Rank Pond, the most commonly seen quadruped fairy of Avalon. They are known to be slightly moody, but universally love to play tricks. Souls are their main source of sustenance, and they usually live off the negative vibes acquired from tormenting humans and wisps. They also vary in size. AOC who have lived for longer periods tend to be larger and significantly more dangerous. Among fairies, they are an inferior breed with no special abilities to speak of, but their basic physical strength still averages with that of an adult human, as they can use both weapons and magic. They can pose a significant threat in their own right. That being said, most have a poor sense of sight, hearing, and smell, and can thus usually be avoided by simply hiding. They are usually tasked with minor guard duty, instructed to report anything suspicious to their commanding fairy officers. Being discovered by one could quickly result in a whole fairy army coming to their aid, so it is usually best to avoid confrontation when unnecessary. I had to try it.
The demon seemed to have calmed down. Remembering that he could not touch her, Cereza breathed a sigh of relief.
That doesn't look good. I didn't see what that said on the bottom of the screen there.
The pungent scent tickled Cereza's nose. It was rosemary, often used to ward off evil
So
spirits.
he can't get through it. Okay.
As soon as the scent reached Cheshire, he pulled away, face scrunched up in disgust.
It looked like demons could not stand being anywhere near the flower.
Being a demon, Cheshire can't stand rosemary. Whenever it pops up, Cheshire will need to take a different path. Okay. Interesting. This is definitely going to be weird to get used to, but I think I might actually end up liking this whole controlling two separate characters at once thing. Oh, that looks like... Oh, it is. It's a claw. Because that one is tapping. What the fuck? Ugh. Creepy. So we use the thorns to capture it, and then
This was
Cheshire
quite a
can attack.
pickle, but Cereza knew how to get by without a scratch.
Cheshire, I've got it tied down. Finish it.
Teamwork. I can see why they have a fixed camera angle with it when you're controlling two different characters with separate things. Because you would have no way to control the camera. What a big spider's nest. It seems like the owner isn't home. Just walking into them breaks them. Okay.
I'll go first to make a path. You wait here.
Uh-oh.
Stop!
He actually defended her. That's awesome.
All at once, Cheshire's body shrunk to its original cuddly form.
Cheshire!
Did he run out of
Cereza
energy
ran
or
to pick
what?
up Cheshire and held him tightly to her chest. In her arms, Cheshire felt his strength returning. Release me at once! Even in this form, the demon did not seem happy about being cuddled.
Just hold still, will you? While you're small, you can't walk on your own, right? I'll carry you until you can transform again. Not having a massive demon breathing down my neck will make it easier for me to calm down too.
While far from pleased about being treated like a stuffed animal, the demon had no choice but to swallow his pride.
Exploring together. When in its stuffed animal form, Cereza can hold Cheshire and move with him. When moving about together, you can move Cereza with L and extend Cheshire with R. What the fuck?
Huh. Even with you in there, Cheshire still weighs the same as before.
Switching modes. You can switch between moving together and moving apart at any time. Both have their uses, so don't forget either. Unleashed mode is where you move the two separately. Press R when holding Cheshire to have him jump out. Hug mode is where you move together. Press L to revert Cheshire to a stuffed animal. What is the... What is the purpose of doing that with him, though? Ah, is that what it's for? Can I, like, reach him out and grab stuff that I can't normally? I think I'm gonna like that. I think I know exactly what he's for. That is so interesting. That is such a neat idea. I love that.
More rosemary. Cheshire, I'll toss you up there. See if there's a way forward.
Cheshire toss. In hug mode, Cheshire can be tossed to certain high places with L. Search high and low to find a new way forward. When far away or blocked by rosemary, there are times Cheshire cannot return to hug mode. When this happens, look for another way to unite the two.
Come here!
Can I jump down? No. I just gotta go around, I guess. So can I go through this while holding him? Yeah, it just leaves him behind. Okay. Interesting. Really?
Cheshire! Over here!
I really like this. This is cool. And now we get a fight.
Prepare yourself!
Pick one up to recover the spell cooldown gauge, allowing Cereza to cast Umbran Arts again more quickly.
A chest? Did the fairies make this? I wonder what's inside. Yes!
Healing tonic. Umbran medicine in a bottle shaped like a petal. Use it to slightly restore Cereza's vitality. You can now concoct more on your own.
Come here!
I missed some of those. Oh well.
That was not fun. What have we here?
There were signs that a witch had set up camp here.
Perhaps I'm not the first witch to enter this forest.
Probably not then.
Oh well, it means we've got a place to rest. Look what we have here!
A compound sealed in crystal, interestingly, can have various effects on the user depending on how well it is baked. Compound sealed in crystal, knocked straight off a poor unicorn. May be used for ornamental purposes depending on their length and sparkle. Compound sealed in crystal breaks out into a screaming fit over every little thing. Best to pack it deep in your rucksack. Okay. Interesting. Sanctuaries. Large red arches are sanctuaries that can be unlocked just by approaching. Be sure to unlock one whenever you pass by.
We need a rest.
Oh. Ooh. You can now use concocting. This is the concocting menu. Here are some compounds you'll find more in the forest. This is an item. Acquire one to learn how to concoct it. Let's try making a healing tonic. After adding the components, mix everything together. Compounds, whatever.
Nice!
I love that little animation, that was cool. Use items you've made by holding those buttons. Check what you can make with Y. Okay, and that's where I'm going to end this episode. So, that's it for this one. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.